The alert slider is gone. That's right. OnePlus has finally retired one of its most iconic hardware features. But before you roll your eyes, the new OnePlus 15 doesn't just replace it with a gimmick. It replaces it with something smarter. And, surprisingly, something that might actually make sense. Before we jump in, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. It really helps me keep bringing you more tech breakdowns like this one. After spending some time with the OnePlus 15 ahead of launch, one thing is clear. This phone isn't about radical reinvention. It's about refinement, the kind of refinement that makes you realize how far OnePlus has come from its flagship killer roots. Everything feels smoother, faster, and a little bit more grown up. Let's start with the design, because this year, it's completely different. Gone is the quirky, over-designed look of the OnePlus 13. In its place, a new aesthetic that feels premium, cohesive, and deliberate. Straight edges, a flat display, and softly rounded corners. It's the kind of shape that instantly feels familiar because it's been done by other flagships, sure, but OnePlus has nailed the execution. The square camera housing replaces the circular timepiece look from before, giving the phone a more balanced and modern vibe. And the finishes, this is where things get interesting. OnePlus clearly obsessed over the colors this year. There's ultraviolet, a bold lavender shade that shifts beautifully under light thanks to an iridescent glass finish. It's flashy in the best way. Then there's infinite black, a matte, ultra-diffused texture that OnePlus claims might be the darkest black ever on a phone. Understated, clean, and timeless. But the standout, the one that really pushes materials innovation, is Sandstorm. Sandstorm uses a process called micro-arc oxidation, or MAO, which OnePlus says is a first for smartphones. It gives the entire frame a uniform matte ceramic texture that not only looks gorgeous, but also feels cool to the touch, and it's reportedly tougher than titanium. It's one of those subtle upgrades that doesn't scream for attention, but makes a real difference when you hold it. Then there's that missing alert slider, the switch that's been a OnePlus signature for years. It's been replaced by something called the Plus key, a programmable button that ties into OnePlus's new AI system known as PlusMind. By default, a press gives you instant access to your second brain, where all your notes, screenshots, and saved info live. But now, with deeper Google Gemini integration, you can actually query it in context. Imagine saying, "Show me the Barcelona spots I saved that fit tomorrow's weather," and it'll filter through your data to give you personalized recommendations. It's part of a wider shift in how OnePlus wants users to interact with their phones. More context-aware, less mechanical. The slider might be gone, but this feels like a meaningful evolution. Software-wise, OxygenOS 16 continues to refine the already excellent OnePlus experience. There's no big redesign, but you'll notice small, smart details, smoother animations, cleaner menus, and a new predictive back gesture that makes navigation feel more intuitive. Plus, there's a dedicated AI section in Settings where you can manage features like AI Search, AI Writer, and how the Plus key interacts with PlusMind. It's these subtle touches that make the phone feel more polished, less like a piece of tech and more like a device that understands your flow. Now, let's talk power. The OnePlus 15 runs on Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, the newest and fastest chip around. Early benchmarks suggest it beats Apple's A19 Pro by roughly 30% in CPU performance. That's massive. Combine that with OnePlus's new CPU scheduler, which intelligently manages performance depending on what you're doing, and you get both blazing speed and efficiency. Gaming, in particular, benefits from a feature called OP Gaming Core that helps maintain consistent frame rates. And if you play competitive titles like Call of Duty Mobile, there's something called OP FPS Max that pushes refresh rates up to an insane 165 Hz. During testing, that actually translated into smoother gameplay, the kind that could give you a genuine edge in fast-paced matches. The other big upgrade is the camera. OnePlus's long-standing partnership with Hasselblad has officially ended, and in its place comes the new Detail Max engine. It powers a triple 50-megapixel setup, and early comparisons show major improvements: richer color, better contrast, and stronger dynamic range. Low light shots in particular show brighter shadows and less noise, giving photos a more pixel-like quality. Whether you prefer that slightly boosted look or not is subjective, but what's clear is that OnePlus has taken control of its camera experience, and it's paying off. All of this makes the OnePlus 15 feel like the company's most confident flagship yet. It's no longer trying to be a cheaper alternative to Samsung or Apple. It's finally carving its own lane. The design feels deliberate, the software is smarter, and the hardware performance is cutting edge. Yes, losing the alert slider might sting for longtime fans, but what OnePlus has built in its place feels like a smarter, more future-forward direction. The Plus key, the AI integration, the design maturity, they all point to a company that's evolving beyond its old identity. In a world where most flagship phones are starting to look and feel the same, the OnePlus 15 stands out, not because it's louder or flashier, but because it's more thoughtful. It's a phone that seems to understand what matters now, not just specs, but polish, personality, and purpose. The OnePlus 15 launches globally on November 13th, and if these early impressions are anything to go by, it might just be OnePlus's best phone yet. What's your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section. See you in the next video. Take care.